Welcome to GarageHammerTactics. Today's Sean hosting, and please welcome John to the channel again. Second time, isn't it, John?
That's correct, yeah.
Cool. Before we get too much into anything, those of you who watched the last video will know that Tom and Sam were waiting for their babies to be born. Both have been born, both healthy boys. So I'd just like to say a huge congratulations to them and well done to their better halves. So today's table is trainers provided by Attrition Gaming. They are based in Eastleigh, Southampton, do lots of Heresy events and other 40k and AOS events, I think, as well. Really good events, definitely worth a looking them up if you're down south or you fancy travelling afar. The link for their Facebook page will be in the description. So today we've got 1500 points of Alpha Legion versus John's Custodes. You've managed to get much practice in, John?
This is the first game using them, so we'll see how it goes.
So yeah, so hopefully start off and I'll win, but it's all first model syndrome then, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So the mission we're playing is Blood Feud, and we've got a table deployment of Dawn of War. You ready, John?
I am.
Let's get to it.
See how it goes.
It's 1500 points of Alpha Legion using Pride of Legion Rite of War, using the mutable tactics of Tank Hunters. The army is led by Armillus Dynat, who's the army's warlord and only HQ. He has the Hammerhead Assault, which allows one infantry unit to deep strike. He is armed with a Thunder Hammer, Power Sword, Cognis Signum, Phosphex Bomb, and an Iron Halo. First and only Elite's choice consists of 2 quad launcher batteries upgraded to have Shatter shells. The first 2 troops choice is 2 identical vet squads. Has 2 plasma guns. Their tactics is machine colours. The sergeant has a power fist, a power sword, not power sword, power dagger, just because it's specialist weapon to get that extra attack on the power fist. And he also has artist for armour. My third and final troops choice is a 5-man Lernaen Terminator squad, all equipped with Volkite chargers. There is 3 power axes, 2 Chainfists, one on which is on the Harrower, who is a sergeant. He also has a power dagger to give another attack on that Chainfist. So he's a cheeky 5 attacks on the charge, hopefully. First fast attack slot. I know they look like headhunters. That's because the models are headhunters, but I'm using them as seekers just purely because the headhunters rules are terrible and the models really suit seekers. So using seekers. The only upgrade is the sergeant has a power dagger. And my first heavy support choice, which is my last, is the Sky Hunter jet bikes, consisting of 4, no upgrade to a sergeant, so it's bog standard leadership 8, and they have all got melters. That rounds the army out. I hope you like the look of it. I'll see you on the board.
Okay, so here are my 1500 points of Custodians. First up we have my Warlord, which is a shield captain. He has Master of Ambush as his Warlord trait, and he's got a Paragon Spear. Next we have the Heteron Guard. They each have Paragon Blades. There's 5 of them in this squad. Next we have another 5 Custodian Guard. Each of these is equipped with a Guardian Spear. We have 4 Sentinel Guard with their Sentinel Warblades, and finally a Legio Custodes Contemptor Galeas Dreadnought.
Here we are deployed. John won the roll off, didn't you, John?
That's correct, yeah.
But you decided not to deploy first, but you're feeling lucky for a cheeky 6, aren't you, for a C's anyway?
Definitely.
and you've taken advantage of your Warlord trait of Master of Ambush, wasn't it? And you've managed to get 6 inches closer before we've started, which is key for you, because you want to get in and chop me up.
I think it's a bit of an optimistic 6.
It was. So Blood Feud mission is kill points essentially. The secret objective, we both know, we're both taking infantry. There's just lots of infantry heavy lists. John obviously has the advantage of having less units for me to kill. So if he kills too many, I don't think I'll ever get the win, or even maybe a draw. John's going for the C's.
And I got it with a 6.
You jammy bastard.
So Custodians move and turn 1. What I've done is just moved everything up as far as I can. Let's try and get close and let them do what they need to do and cut face. So Custodians shooting phase turn 1. First off, I'm going to start by running the Dreadnought. Let's see how far we can go. And a mighty 3 inches.
Slow down, Sir John.
Okay, so I'm going to start off shooting with my Sentinel Guard. So only 3 of the blokes are in range, but it's going to be 6 shots to try and kill 1 guy. So let's see what I can do. I'm going to be looking for 2s to start. That was okay.
5 hits there.
And then looking for 5s to try and wound.
4s to wound.
And that is 3 wounds.
3 beautiful armour saves coming up. Failed 1. So we have lost 1 Seeker.
Okay, next up I'm going to use the Custodian Guards with their Guardian Spears at Sean's Tactical Squad here. So all these ones are in range, so it's going to be 10 shots, again looking for 2s. So I've got 7 hits in total, and we're going to be looking for 4s to wound and try and kill some of these guys. And we've got 5 wounds.
5 armour saves, 3 ups. Drop 3. Not too great.
Cool, so next up I'm going to use my Warlord to shoot the same tactical squad that I've been trying to pick off. So he's going to have 2 shots looking for 2s, and I believe it's instant death.
Yeah, only 3 up armour saves, so AP3 goes straight through.
And that was 1.
1 hit, and then a 3 to wound, I believe. That's all the Custodian shooting. So this forward vet squad on my left flank took a bit of a beating. More than 25% casualties, so leadership is required. Pass on a 7. That's the end of Custodians turn 1. How do you feel that went, John?
I think it's as good as it can go. I say everything was in range, did manage to kill something, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, half of vet squad gone on turn 1's not too bad, is it?
No, not at all.
Okay, so we're going to Alpha Legion turn 1. Marks the end of Alpha Legion turn 1 movement. The only thing to actually move up is the Lernaen Terminators going for the sword and board Custodians. Hopefully going to take them on. The Seekers have stayed put, eyeing on the Spear Custodian Guardians. Hopefully using that Scorpius bolt round, I think it is, the AP2 one, that shred. Try and whittle them down. Hopefully the Terminators will do well. The 2 vet squads have backed up to stay 18 inches away from the Hetron Guard sensibly.
As for Space Marines, no fear, these guys clearly do.
Yeah, they definitely are afraid of those Custodians. The jet bikes have zipped around this building, around the back of it, lining up a shot, staying within 24 inches, but still staying 18 inches away. So basically I can shoot you, but you can't hurt me back as much, even though you did kill half a vet squad. Quad launchers have lined up nicely at that Gladius Dreadnought, that tank.
He probably isn't going to have a good day.
No, that's going to be a lot of shots coming out his way. So first thing to shoot is going to be the Lernaen Terminators into the sword and board Custodians. Volkite chargers, 10 shots from 5 blokes, hitting on 3s. 8 hits there, not too bad. And strength 5 against toughness 5, so we're looking for 4s. Total of 4 wounds there, John. See if you can tank these in your nice Custodian armour.
That was awful.
Oh, 2 1s. So it is deflagrate. So it's 2 more hits for 1 more wound for 1 more save, John. And he's fine. So that's 1 Custodian dropped. It, however, does high probability make my charge a little bit harder. We need to measure that up. But next up, these Seekers gotta have a pop at those Custodian Spear Squad over there. 9 shots coming in from the Seekers using the AP2 round, hitting on 2s. Oh, 2 misses. 7 hits. It's strength 5, so 4s to wound, but does have shred, so I can re-roll that 3. So there is 7 wounds, John.
So I've got my 7 5-up invulnerable saves, and let's see how badly this goes.
Saved 1, so
That is 3 dead.
3 spears gone. I'm happy with that. John doesn't look too happy to me. Quad launchers into the Contemptor Dreadnought. Using the Shatter shells, Armillus Dynat is up in their ballistic skill to 5, so they'd be hitting on 2, sorry. So 8 shots, looking for 2s. 6 hits out of that. Armour 13, strength 8, so we're looking 5s to glance, 6s to pen, with sunder, so I do get to re-roll these 4. So just 2 glances. So 2 4-up involves, John.
Let's see if I can do this. That was terrible.
So he's down to 1 hull point. 4 jet bikes. Gonna shoot into the Hetron Guard first. With the multi-motors. Hitting on 3s. Just 2 hits. And then wounded on 2s for 1 wound.
Let's see if I can get this 5-up invuln. No.
So just lose 1 wound on the most forward bloke. Vet squad's gonna have a pop at and go first. Just gonna get the pesky bolters out of the way first. 4 shots, hitting on 3s for 1 hit, wounding on a 5, 1 wound, 1 2-up save, John. Oh, that's definitely a cock die. So that's fine. 2 plasma guns next. Both hit. That's a little bit better from that squad. 2s to wound. That's 2 wounds. 2 5-up involves, John. Saves 1, so that chap is down to 1 wound. Vet squad on the right, as they can't really kill another Hetron Guard or anything, they're going to direct their plasma guns at the Contemptor. Because they are machine killers, they're essentially strength 8 plasmas, so it'll be hitting on 3s. 1 does get hot. Does he kill himself? He does not. And then be looking for 5s to glance, but he does have Tank Hunter due to the mutable tactics. So that is a penetrating hit. So John needs a 4-up invul save here, which he makes. Not a bad shooting phase for the Alpha Legion. On to the assault phase. The Lernaen Terminators are going to charge the Board and Sword Custodians. First up, John, what have you got to do?
Do some Overwatch.
So you're overwatching on BS2, aren't you?
Yeah, that's correct. So looking for 5s.
Yes.
And that is a mighty 1.
And then 4 to wound.
And nothing.
So let's see if I get in. At 11, I think they're definitely in. So John's Custodians have a higher initiative, so we'll be striking first.
So I'm looking for 4s to hit and then 3s to wound, with 6s of rending.
Yep, and you got a total of 6 attacks, haven't you?
Yeah, with my 3 guys that are in meaning. That was pretty poor. So that was 3 hits. So we're looking for 3s to wound and rending on 6s.
Yep.
Let's see how I do this time. And that was rubbish.
1 wound, so I've just got 1 2-up to make. And they are fine. Swinging back at initiative 1. I'm going to do my Chainfist first, so because I've got the power dagger on the Harrower, he gets +1 with his specialist weapon attack, and then +1 for charging, so 8 Chainfist attacks in total, hitting on 5s due to the -1 to hit rule. So that is 3 hits, and then I'm looking for 2s. So 2 wounds.
So I'm doing my 2 armour saves, looking for 4-ups on my Inven. And that was crap.
So 1 Custodian dropped. The 3 guys with power axes hit 9 attacks, hitting on 5s. A little bit of camera malfunction there. The result was it was 1 wound, and John failed the invul save to lose another wound. Not doing too well on these invul saves, are you, John?
Pretty poor, to be perfectly honest.
So the Alpha Legion Terminators won the combat by 3, so Custodians 6 or lower for leadership. And they fail. I can't chase you down because I'm in Cataphractii armour, so you just run 2d6. Yeah, running quite far, 10. Consolidation for the Lernaen Terminators, mighty 2. Just jumping back to the end of the shooting phase, these Custodian Spears obviously lost more than 25%, so need to take a leadership test. And they pass it easily. It's the end of Alpha Legion turn 1. Couldn't really have asked for a better turn. They've managed to get 1 unit fleeing and more than 50% depleted, or 50% exactly. The other unit's more than 50% depleted. The Gladius Contemptor down to 1 hull point, and the Hetron Guard has done a massive threat, but at least I've knocked a couple of wounds off already and staying more than 18 inches away. Hopefully have another turn of shooting them before they get in and chop me up. How are you feeling after that?
Sore.
We'll see you in Custodes turn 2.
End of Custodes movement phase 2. So I did manage to rally these guys, so they've moved their mighty 3 inches and can take a couple of pop shots at the Terminators. I've moved both the Spear Custodian Guard and the Dreadnought 6 inches to hopefully fire a couple of shots and make the charge on the Terminators. And I've moved the Hetron Guard up 6 inches, hopefully looking to advance these in the shooting phase to get a bit closer to lay some hurt down on that tactical squad.
Is that to stop me trying to run away, is it?
It is. So start of the Custodian shooting phase, what I'm going to do is run the Hetron Guard. A mighty 3 inches again.
That's the Hetron Guard move forward.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot the Terminators with the 2 Custodian Guards. I did try and get the Dreadnought in, but his flame was just out of range for burning. Cool, so I'm just going to shoot the 2 Spears. So we've got 4 shots, looking for 2s, and then wounding on 4s. So that's not bad, all 4 hit. And that is 3 wounds.
3 armour saves, 2 ups. Love it.
So now I'm going to fire the 2 swords, throwing at their ballistic skill 2 on snapshots, so looking for 5s, and then wounding on 4s. That was terrible. So I had 1 hit there, we're looking for 1 wound on a 4-up, and nothing. So Custodian's assault phase, what I'm going to do first is try and get the 2 guard in, so it was just over 5, so looking for a 6. And we got the 6. And now I'm going to try and get the Dreadnought in. He's got a bit further to go, so we're looking for a 9.
Oh, just 1 inch out.
Cool, so I'm going to start with the Custodian Guard, looking for 4s to hit, generates an extra wound on a 6 with the lightning strike. Come on, 6s.
So that's 2 extra attacks.
So do I just...
Yeah, just roll 2 more dice. No, so just 2 hits, but your strength 6 on the charge with those spears, AP 2, so you'll be wounding on 2s. 2 more 6s, so 4 up involves Cataphractii armour, 1 Cataphractii snuffs it. Initiative step 1, the Lernaen Terminators have piled in. Going to hit with the power axes first with 4 attacks, hitting on 4s because there's no pesky shields. 1 hit, wounding on a 4, so 1 invul job.
Nope.
Chainfist next with 6 attacks because the Harrower's got that power dagger still. hitting on 4s, only 2 hits, and wounding on 2s. 2 wounds from the Chainfists, 5 up involves.
And I made 1.
So that guy disappears. The Lernaen Terminators somehow win the combat again, only by 1 this time, so a leadership of 8 or below is required. No, below 8, sorry. No, 8 or below. Yeah.
That's a 7-2, alright. End of Custodes turn 2. It didn't exactly go great. I think I lost more than I killed. So I think next turn I'm hoping that guy can hold on for a bit longer. I've got a feeling my Dreadnought is going to pop, and Sean's just going to unload everything into that squad of Hetron Guard and my Warlord to try and whittle them down.
End of turn 2 Alpha Legion movement phase. The Seekers have stayed still once again. The Vet squads have come in, getting within 12 inches with the plasma guns to try and
Get hot.
Get hot, yeah, hopefully not. We do a bit of rhyming here now and again. Jet bikes stayed where they are. They're happy with their position to pound them. Quad mortars are happy that John's paved their Gladius Contemptor still in their sights, so they don't have to move. So they'll be laying down some fire and hopefully finishing him off. And the Lernaen Terminators are obviously still stuck in combat with that 1 Custodian spear. Seekers are going to shoot the Hetron Guard, which are their marked for death unit. So they will have preferred enemy against it. The Warlord Custodian Shield Captain is 4th in line. We've worked out the closest models, so I have to get through some to even start touching him. So 9 shots hitting on 2s, but preferred enemy, reroll those 1s for 8 hits. 8 hits, wounding on 4s with shred, luckily. Poor roll otherwise. It still may be about average, I'd say. So that is 5 wounds.
So I'm looking for my 5 up in ones. The way my rolling's been going, this is probably not going to happen. Yeah, I've made 1.
1 Hetron Guard is gone. The other has dropped down to 2 wounds. Not too bad. Now to unload into the Contemptor Dreadnought with 8 shots. Armillus Dynat up in the ballistic skill of the quad launchers again into the side of the Gladius Contemptor. 8 shots hitting on 2s. Only 1 miss. And then side armour is still 13, so looking for 5s, but whiffs under. So it's 1 glance with another glance. So 2 4-up involves, please, John. And he drops him, he's a wreck. The smoking wreck of the Contemptor. Now back to the main threat. The Hetron Guard continue to peppering away. This most rearward vet squad is going to have a go at them first. Going to do the plasma guns first. In rapid fire range. Looking for freeze. First one, he gets hot. Second one, he doesn't get hot. Does he kill himself? He doesn't. So just 2 hits out of that. And we are wounding on 2s. So 2 more 5 up, please, John. He loses another wound. Bolters are getting 15 shots. 8 hits. Now looking for 5s to wound. For a mighty 1.
So looking for a 2-up to save this. And I didn't roll a 1.
Second vet squad still going at him. Got to do the bolters first this time. All in rapid fire range, this squad. I've lost the dice. 8 shots. 3s to hit. Look at that. They've got their iron. All hit. And then 5s to wound. I need a good roll like that. Only 2. 2 2-ups.
It's going to be snake eyes. Oh.
Oh. Another Hetron Guard is gone. That's a good amount of attacks gone from that squad. I like that. Continuing with the plasmas now. Both are in rapid fire still. First one, both hit. Second one, all gets hot again. Doesn't kill himself. 2s to wound. 2 wounds, 2 5-ups please, John.
Nope.
No, not making these saves today. Final unit at the Hetron Guard. 4 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, 2s to wound, 1 wound, 1 armor save, John. 5-up. No, didn't even need to roll for that, did we really, John?
Not at all.
It's the end of the Alpha Legion turn 2 shooting. Good job again. They're doing very well in these shooting phases. Onto the combat phase, still engaged with the Custodian Spear, but the Custodian Spear will be striking first due to initiative 5. So 2 attacks with him, John.
So looking for 4s. See if I get them. Got 1.
1. No 6 for lightning blows. You were calling that off camera.
And then a 3 to wound one of them. And no.
In return, 2 power axes, hitting on 4s, 3 hits, and then 4s to wound as well. So 2 wounds, so 2 5-ups please, John.
I've definitely got Tom Browning's dice.
Yes, so that squad is gone, and I will consolidate 4 inches. But it does leave them in the open for the Guardians to charge, but now the Contempt is gone, they're not really in too much trouble. So we'll see what we can do with Custodians turn 3.
So start of Custodians turn 3 movement phase. Luckily my low dice rolling has paid off because I managed to pass leadership for the Hetron Guard. So I've moved them forward to try and obliterate that squad, to actually make it look like I've done something this game rather than just having golden guys pop.
Yeah.
And I've moved the 2 Sentinel Guard forward 6 inches to hopefully try and shoot and then charge them Terminators.
Wants another pop at them. They've been holding strong, so...
Better than my guys.
yeah, definitely.
That are meant to be tough. Custodians turn 3 shooting. I'm going to try and pop these Terminators. So hitting on 2s and then looking for 4s to wound. I've actually managed to hit.
Yeah, all 4 hit.
Let's see what we can do with the wounds. Oh,
3 wounds, not bad. If you just remove your dice, please, John. 3 armor saves. Oh, he's dropped 1.
So next up, I'm going to shoot my, not Warlord now, I'm going to use my Warlord to shoot Sean's tactical squad in front of him.
The shield captain.
So we need 2s to hit and 3s to kill. That is 1.
1 dead. Closest to him is just a bolt gun.
So Custodians assault phase. What I'm going to do is try and charge these 2 Sentinel Guard into them, and I needed a 7 to get in there. So hopefully I can do this. And I got an 8.
Easy.
So as you can see, I got in with the 2 Sentinel Guard, and I declared a charge with their Hetron Guard. Still rolled low, but luckily I managed to get in. Once again, Sean did get hot, but this time he got damn hot and killed a guy.
Yeah, so already starting to do you a favour on that squad.
So hopefully we'll wreck some face with the Hetron Guard and actually make it look like I've done something this game. So starting off with the Shield Captain at initiative 6, I did declare a charge on his Sergeant.
Declared a challenge, charge on the whole squad. I've graciously accepted, as I think he's going to wipe the squad. But John's not looking optimistic.
Not with my rolling today.
Not with his rolling, no. So 6 attacks altogether on the charge, wasn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
Hitting on 3s.
Watch this be a 6-eyed snake. As you can see, I got 3 hits, carrying on with my rubbish rolling. Low numbers when I didn't even need them to be that high. So we're looking for 2s to kill. See how many 1s I can get. That's 2.
2 gone, so it is the Sergeant and the next closest to him.
So I'm now going to hit with a Hetron Guard. Again, looking for 3s to hit and 2s to kill. See how many 1s I can get this time. That's better.
Just a couple. Not too many hits again though, John.
No. So that was 3 hits out of 8 dice. And looking for 2s again to kill. So let's see if I can finish these 2 guys off. I'm not very optimistic the way my rolling's been going though. No, I've done it.
Nails him. So you wipe the squad and you'll consolidate D6. For 6, there's the 6s, John.
Cool, so I'm going to start with it, or carry on with the Sentinel Guard, so looking for 4s to hit and 3s to wound.
Yep, total of 6 attacks on the charge with the 2 of them.
That's actually better than I have been doing most of the game.
Yep, 4 hits. 3s to wound, looking for some 6s in there. No 6s, but it is 3 wounds. Looking for 2 ups. Drops another one. And the closest is the Sergeant, and I didn't call to look out sir first, so he's gone. Initiative step 1, just the power axes left, with 4 attacks, hitting on 5s due to the shield, and then it wounding on a 4. No. So I lose combat by 1. The Harrower is gone, so I'm down to leadership 8, so I need a 7 or less, and I am running. So initiative off. I'm initiative 4 plus 5, so that takes me up to 9. John, you need a 4 up to catch me. And you catch him and run the squad down.
So what I'm going to do now is going to consolidate my Sentinel Guard and see how far they go. 2. So end of Custodes turn 3. That one went a bit better. Hopefully I can hold out for the next turn. I don't think I will, but we've totted it up at the moment and I am actually winning.
It's 4 points to 3 at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, even though it does look like I'm getting my backside handed to me.
Yeah, you've not got a lot, but like I say, if you can hold on, which is going to be hard.
Especially with my dice rolling.
Yeah, definitely. You're not helping yourself. Right, takes us to Alpha Legion, turn 3. End of Alpha Legion turn 3 movement. Seekers, yet again, staying still. They're going to make a decision whether to shoot at some of these boys here or direct their fire at their mark for death Hetron Guard. We'll see how much they can weather beforehand. So as you can see, the jet bites have zipped over and around to get onto the shield captain to make John do some lookout sir rolls. Armillus Dynat has left the quad mortars and joined the vet squad to up their ballistic skill to 2 to hopefully make the maximum efficiency of these plasmas. The quad launchers have pivoted, which I think counts as moving. It doesn't say anything in the rules like it does for tanks where pivoting on the spot doesn't count, but artillery doesn't say anything like that, so we're going to go for the R counted as movement, so they will be snap shooting. So on to the shooting phase then. They are going to snap shoot at the sentinels over there, hitting on 6s for 2 hits, not too shabby, wounding on 2s, so that is 2 2-ups, please John. And you can pass them both. Vet squad shooting into the Hetron Guard using the plasma guns first. Armillus Dynat has foregone any shooting and will up their ballistic skill to BS5. So 4 shots with the plasma guns, rolling individually. One's rolled a double 1, and one's rolled 2 5. So the double 1 doesn't kill himself, luckily.
Of course he doesn't.
And then 2s to wound. So that is 2 5-ups, please John. And of course John doesn't save anything. 16 bolter shots coming in, hitting on 2s. That was 17 hits, wounding on 5s. So that was 5 wounds in total. 2-up saves. Oh no. So the Hetron Guard are gone and it's just the shield captain left. The lonely shield captain is now going to get shot in the back by the jet bikes.
That's typical Alpha Legion, shooting someone in the back.
Yeah, I like to play to those tactics. Hitting on 3s, only 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. It is 2 wounds, however, and he's got an iron halo, hasn't he, on?
4-ups.
Yeah, 4-up involves.
He's made 1.
That's 1, so he just loses 1 wound. The Seekers going to pick off the Warlord, shooting AP2 rounds, hitting on 2s, 8 hits, and strength 5 versus toughness 5. Bring on 4s. They do have shred for the 4 misses. That's for a total of 6 wounds. 6 invuls then, please.
I think this is him popped the way my rolling's been going.
Yes, definitely. So that is Slay the Warlord for the Alpha Legion. It's the end of turn 3 for Alpha Legion. Finish off the Hetron Guard and the Shield Captain, and all John has left is the Guardian Sword and Boards. Going into Custodes, turn 4.
So yeah, what I've done is I've just moved my Sentinel Guard forward 6 inches to try and hopefully pull off a charge against the tactical squad, as I don't think they're going to be able to do much else. I did think about going for the Seekers, but it was actually longer because of where the ladders are, as to get up top and smash them. So rather than shooting, I'm just going to go straight to the charge phase to see if I can get 9 inches to get into this tactical squad, as I think it's the more sensible option.
Yeah, you didn't want to make that charge harder, did you?
No, so let's see what I can do.
Oh, 7. No dice. Even though John failed his charge, I carried out Overwatch, come off nothing, so they're still alright for now. But
because they're social distancing because of COVID.
They are, but they are about to probably get shot off the board, I'd imagine now. So
more holes than Swiss cheese.
Yeah, definitely. So Alpha Legion turn 4. Alpha Legion turn 4 movement phase. Basically coming in to make the final strike. The vets moved up to get into double tap range. The bikes whizzed round just to definitely make sure they were in 24. I don't think they needed to move anyway. The Seekers haven't moved all game. They're not going to change their stance on that. And the artillery stays still as well, so everything will be able to fire at these Custodians.
Seems like overkill, mate.
I just want to make sure. So we're going to start off with the Seekers, and just because of the angle of the dangle, only 6 are able to see. So they will be hitting on 2s, 5 hits, and then 4s to wound with shred. So that is 5 5-ups, please, John. 4 ups on those, sorry. And that is the end of them. There we have it. That's the end of the game. Turned out to be a tabling, so points were irrelevant. I think my list was good. I think it wasn't helped by your dice rolling, was it?
It was pretty appalling, my dice rolling.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, John, some 5-ups. I was expecting some 5-ups. Not just, you just basically didn't turn up there, did you?
I couldn't even make 2-up saves, to be honest, so it didn't really make a difference.
No, even with those Volkites and the Chargers when they come in, it just didn't happen. We did spot a mistake we made, actually, didn't we, John?
Yeah, so it was when the Sentinel Guard, obviously, we did a reduction on their leadership, which wasn't needed.
Yeah, in combat.
Again, it's the first time I've used the army properly, so we learn from these mistakes.
Yeah, so you should have just rolled at full leadership, not the -3, I think it was, which in turn they wouldn't have run. I don't know how much that would have swung the game. Maybe
I think they probably
done a
would have
little
died
bit
quicker,
better.
to be honest.
Yeah, possibly. Instagram. We can follow you. Is it Hazard9706?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put that down in the description as well. You can follow John for, you got quite a few different armies on there, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've got my Sons of Horus, which you've seen before. When I played Tom, I've got a couple of Sigma armies in the works that I'm working on, and again, 40k Imperial Fists army.
Yeah.
But I'm tending to stick with a 30k at the moment. It's a better game system, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, you're quite enjoying it, aren't you?
Further way it flows.
Enjoying getting your ass handed.
Well, it wasn't really as bad as when I played Tom. That was fairly even, but tonight was a spanking.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you think you could do to mitigate that? Like, list changes. I personally think maybe less of the 5-man squads and more of the 3-man squads.
Yeah, I say it's the first time I've used it. Used to sort of playing them in 40k, and the 5-man squads work well. But I think probably more units or smaller squads.
I'd only be able to kill so much at a time, and you'd be more like tactically flexible. You'd be all over the place, wouldn't you?
More versatile as well.
Yeah, and if it was objectives, it would have been more like helpful as well, because you'd have another
possibly
score
on the smaller games, dropping the dreadnoughts, because that's a big chunk of points.
That was a bit, and the Hetron Guard were quite pricey. They were a lot of points.
The dreadnought didn't do anything apart from get shot.
He certainly did.
Just a bullet sponge.
Yeah.
Or magnet.
Tactics at the beginning of the game, you started shooting me.
Yeah, I think
I
probably should have ran, to be perfectly honest. Looking back on it, I got up there a bit closer.
Yeah, because I could only fall back so far, so if you started running at me, it puts me on the back foot.
Especially with the smaller squads as well. There wasn't many shots going down. I mean, it did work, but I think getting up there and getting some hurt on earlier probably would have worked out a bit better, to be honest.
Yes. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that game. You can follow the channel on Facebook. Just search GarageHammerTactics, and same on Instagram. Again, links in the description. And if you want to see more painted Alpha Legion and Blood Angels and whatever else I decide to do in the future, you can follow me myself at SMG Paintings, again in the description. I hope to see you again soon. We're going to do a few more of these smaller games, just as Tom and Sam recover from having babies. I think they're going to be quite knackered. So a couple of more small ones, but then due back in July we've got some bookings in from a couple of people, so we'll be playing the big games again, big 3K games that we all love, and shouldn't see as much of a swing as you do in the smaller games. I think you see a big swing in the smaller games, because as soon as one person starts losing a bit, that it's quite noticeable, and you don't get the swing back. As much.
I think it'd be good to get some bigger games in, especially with the Custodians, because I've got a couple of tanks painted and some jet bikes on the table, getting painted. So there's plenty of stuff to sort of bring to it.
Expand that list, and now you've had your first game, you've got experience, and you know what you want and need, I suppose.
2 Tellyman.
3, I heard. All right. Again, Sean from GarageHammerTactics, and we will see you in the next one.